Hey, Jaleel, it's Arnie Stapleton from Associated Press. It seems like you're in for an expanded role coming up with, Javonte getting hurt and just the way you've been playing. Is that something you're ready for? Excited for?
Um, First I want to, say my prayers to Javonte, and I think that, he's such a great player and someone to definitely learn from him, and also Samaje. So I'm definitely not in the team is also in good hands with all three of us is what I would say. Me, Javonte, and Samaje. So I think that it's definitely once my time comes and stuff like that, I'll be ready. But I'm learning as much as I can from Javonte, Samaje, and I'm just gonna keep every time I get my opportunity. I'm going to try to make the most of it for the team's sake. But Javonte and Samaje, team's already in great hands with these guys, and they're great leaders, great people. So I'm definitely thankful to be brought into a running back room as great as this.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Thanks.
Hey, Jaleel, Andrew Mason, denversports.com. How has your cohesion with the offensive line and your ability to kind of read the gaps as they develop and then attack them quickly, how has that improved over the time that you've been playing the last few weeks?
I'll start off by saying those guys, they make it easy. They make it easy for me. And they've been, doing a great job up front. And they've been doing a great job up front. And, I can't complain about that. Those guys have been making it easy for me. And it's definitely starting to click for me, how quick, and the patience I need to have because we have a great offensive line up front. And I'm just, like I said, they make it easy for me.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Jaleel, coach mentioned maybe putting you in a bad spot in terms of a matchup on a blitz pickup. How challenging is it to understand where the pressure is coming from at this level? And I guess how do you accelerate that learning curve knowing that you are probably going to get some more snaps here coming up?
No, I think coach didn't put me in a bad spot. I've got to be better. All 11 on the field, we have a job to do. And on that play, I wasn't able to do my job. So I think that I have to be better. Coach Payton, he didn't put me in a bad situation at all, or anybody didn't put me in a bad situation. I have to be more technical, and I have to get better in pass protection. That's totally on me.
Go ahead, Parker.
And I will be better.
Yeah, Jaleel, that's what I was going to ask you about too, is just when obviously you can't change the fact that you're not, 230 pounds or whatever. So what goes into being solid in pass protection and getting the job done there?
First I've got to get, I feel like I've got to get smarter. I got to get smarter. Like you said, the first thing is being able to play fast. And, I think that, it'll take, it'll be better for sure. It'll be better for sure. And like I said, that was I gotta apologize to Russ for that. But I'll definitely be better in pass protection for sure because we'll all be in the game isn't we'll all be in different situations. The game moves so fast and things like that I may have to be in and stuff like that. And I want to be the best for the team. And I wasn't yesterday in that aspect. So I'll be better with that for sure.
Mike, you have something?
Yeah. Jaleel, you sound like a guy keeps his feet on the ground. We've talked a lot about your upbringing and how difficult that was at time. I was just wondering how that all translated to someone who, is in there before everybody else, lifting weights in the weight room in the morning, and then, running those step ladders in the field house after everyone leaves in the afternoon. Just how did way you were raised develop that work ethic you have?
I think that there were a lot of different things that were going on at home that wasn't really making my mom and my family proud. So but one thing that always kept my family together and kept a smile on my mom's face was sports. So I think that that's one thing I tried to give my 100% at every time. So that's really what inspired the hard work in me to just want to be the best at that. So I'll keep putting a smile on my mom's face, on my family's face, give them something to look up to. And that's what I take out there on the football field. I want to be the best at everything that I do. Just like we talk about pass protection, I got to get better at that. So I think that that's different steps I have to take to keep putting that smile on my mom's face and keep, giving my family, something to look up to. And also just, I'm a huge competitor. I want to win, in everything that I do. It doesn't matter what it is. So, those things really led up to me working as hard as I can out there on the football field. Even putting in after time out, after practice and stuff like that, before practice, because, I don't want to live with no regrets.
Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Jaleel, Sean was talking about his message to the team was, he's glad you got the win, but you can't be content with how you played. Just how do you balance those two things of getting your first win of the season versus realizing that there's a lot of things to clean up?
Oh yeah, it's always definitely always something to clean up. No matter win, loss, it's always something to clean up. And I think that it was big though. I think because it showed resiliency of the team. How together we are. Going on the road, playing in Chicago, have great history there. And playing in, it's a hostile place to play. So I think that it was great that we end up pulling that win. So we don't have no quit in us. But there's a lot of things that we have to clean up on the tape. And like I said, just like last week, you wipe it away on Tuesday, when you come in back into work. So today was our day. We watch film, we correct those things, and then tomorrow and the rest of the week, we focus on the Jets.
We've got time for a couple more. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Jaleel, Coach told us this morning that you got a game ball for the game yesterday. What was that moment like getting the game ball, especially just being your fourth game in the NFL?
It was great. It was great. The whole team, clapping, and it's definitely something great. Because like I said, once I came here to Denver, decided to come here to Denver, I wanted to help produce, and I wanted to help this team get wins. And once I get the game ball, that's showing that you're doing what you're trying to do, everything that you can to help this team win. And that's what made me the most proud is seeing those guys happy. And like I said, it was definitely a surreal feeling to get that game ball. I'm thankful for it for sure. But it didn't. It was a lot of different things that fell into place though. Like I said, it's not just me out there. The offensive line did a great job. Even Cortland Sutton blocking 20, 30 yards down the field. Jerry Jeudy blocking 20 yards down the field, 30 yards down the field. That's what shows what type of football team and grit that you have. So like I said, it's not just me. Those guys, everybody, it's a team effort. But I'm definitely happy to be able to help out the team.
If you no longer have a question, can you please lower your hand so we can get an accurate count of what's left? Parker, go ahead.
Hey, Jaleel, on the screen that turned into the touchdown, can you just take us through sort of like how you saw that develop, and then also just the cut that you made, because it didn't look like there was a whole lot of room there when you cut up the field.
Yeah, I think that for one, Coach was preaching to me all week, patience. Patience on these screens, patience on these screens. So I was just trying to let everything develop. Quinn got out there and he made a awesome block, on the linebacker, and it's just patience, just believing, that it's going to open up. And like I said, Quinn went out there and threw his body and did awesome job. And he opened it up for sure. But just being patient and letting everything develop. Like I said, those guys make it easy for me.
We'll go final two, Chris, and then Troy. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, hey, Jaleel, I just wanted to get kind of a comment on your thoughts on your overall game, your best game as a pro, more than 70 yards rushing, more than 30 passing, 100 yards there overall. Just your thoughts on that sort of production you had.
I think that, it was good, but I think that, it's a lot more, I can do out there, and I got to get better. To put the team in the best places to win, I got to get better myself. But so I think there's a lot of different, just like there's some good out there, but I will be better in the week.
Finish us off, Troy.
Jaleel, thanks for joining us. Hey, when you do your touchdown celebration, it looks like you're a bull, like kicking your feet back. What is that touchdown celebration that we're seeing from you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that and before the bull goes out and hunt, they try to mark the territory. So I think that that's something that I try to bring into the aspect of my game of me being a bull, and me actually wanting to win out there on the football field, playing with passion, playing with fight. And then afterwards I definitely got to point up and thank God for it. So that's my thought process behind the celebration. I've been doing for a long time.
How long you been doing that, Jaleel?
I've been doing that since junior year in college. I would say junior year in college was my first time doing it. I actually seen Earl Spence Jr. doing it after one of his fights, and I was like, oh man, what does that mean? So I went, looked it up, and I was like, man, that's brilliant. So it's definitely coming from him. I give him all the credit, but yeah, that's definitely something, like I said, just playing with passion, playing with fire, and the real the want to win. So that's where that comes from.
Fantastic. Thank you, my man.
Jaleel, thanks so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. We appreciate it.